All right. Good morning, everybody. Early Morning Crypto Talk. Bitcoin Brandon from Los Angeles, California. Thank you for taking time on your schedule for listening this morning. It's Tuesday. Let's see what's going on the markets today. Good morning, Bethany and Mafuz. Facebook is acting weird with me. I'm not able to refresh or do anything off Facebook. It will not even come up for me. It's kind of popping up on my phone, so I'm not banned. But I'm not able to broadcast, and I am actually doing a crypto talk right now, which is why anybody that wants to listen to my crypto talks, you got to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit the little bell button so that you'll get a notification of when I go live. Now, as a disclaimer, I'm not a licensed financial advisor to be dispensing financial advice. I read the news, give my opinion, share a suggestion, and it is up to you to make an informed, intelligent decision on which direction you want to move into. There's 4 rules I live by in the crypto space to have success. Rule number 1, education is key. Education is everything. Rule number 2, never invest money that you cannot afford to lose. Rule number 3, always get your return on investments. And rule number 4, where do you see yourself in 3 months, 6 months, a year from now? What are you willing to do to make it happen? Find a vehicle, make a decision, and take action. And then do not get distracted. Stay focused on what you're doing. Now, this is not going to guarantee you success, but it will at least minimize your risk. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the most that we can ask for. So while this is going, I'm going to try something else to get this set up because nobody knows that I'm actually broadcasting right now. All right, if I do this, oh, I know what I can do. All right, that should do it. All right, let me turn on my screen share. All right, we're all set to go now. My Bluetooth should be on. Oh, isn't that so, Bethany? So Facebook's not allowing me to post, and YouTube is not sending out alerts. Who's trying to shut me up today? All right, so let's see. First article up. Fear, loathing, and opportunity. How crypto traders are handling the drop. Done by Kai Sedgwick. I don't like him, but let's see what he has to say. But before we go to him, we got to look at the markets. So let's see what's going on. And here's what I mean. You can see my screen. I go to Facebook, and it is not even pulling up. I kind of had to do it a little bit from my phone, and then my phone's even acting. Oh, now it kind of comes up. And the load for me. All right, anyways, let's look at the market. Current market cap is down to 154 billion. Last night it was at 162 or 63 billion dollar cap. So it is still shed. Bitcoin dominance at 53.4%, which means most of the coins that's dropping is the altcoins more than Bitcoin. Bitcoin is now at a 7% change in the last 24 hours, which meant it hit the bottom and started to rebound just a bit, because last night, I think it got down to $4,400, $4,200. So now it's back up to 47, 44. A slight correction seems to be taking place. They're all started to be pointed in the upward direction. Tether seems to be bouncing all over the place. Let's see the best performers. Factum, Electronium came back strong. It's back above 1 cent now. Insight Chain, Aux, Steam, Nano, USD Coin, Paxos Standard, Red Coin, True USD, Bytecoin, Odom, DAI. All right, those are the only ones in the green. Let's see who's been worst performers last 24 hours. Bitcoin Cash, Metaverse. Now, Bitcoin Cash at one point was negative 40%. So it has hit its bottom, started to curve back up. In fact, all the ones that were in the worst performers have hit their bottom and it's coming back up. We'll see how far this happens, this slight correction. The Bitcoin Cash, the Eternity, Bitcoin Gold, Tezos, BitShares status, PundiX, negative 9%. Ripple, negative 8%. It's dropped. It was at 19 billion. It's now at 18 billion. All right. So what this chart is telling me is that we hit the bottom. Let's read some of the articles here. This is 8 years old, and it's important to say that because things happen so fast that 8 years old, 8 hours, 8 hours could be considered old news. So the last 24 hours have been the worst the cryptocurrency market have seen since the 24 hours prior. Things have been looking grim for weeks, in fact, but on November 19th, the situation went from bad to critical as BTC fell below $4,500, dragging the rest of the market down with it. While some investors use this latest blow to bow out, others have used it as an opportunity to re-up on cheap coins. There's rarely a dull day in cryptocurrency, but November 19th will go down as a particularly memorable one, albeit for all the wrong reasons. Plummeting crypto prices on top of a week of plummeting crypto prices have left many traders to despair and others vowing to rage quit. So somber is the mood that the normally morbid humor that accompanies a price drop has been largely absent from crypto Twitter. Now is the time for compassion, patience, respect, tweeted Andreas Antonopoulos. Lots of people have lost lots of money recently, and it is not helpful to make empty promises, share shitty memes, or criticize others' choices. Rand Nooner said, "Today, for the first time in this bear market, I saw people capitulate, throw in the towel, ridicule this movement and the technology, and vow never to touch crypto again. Even the bravest went quiet." I didn't. I did my crypto talks. I am not fazed at all. On 4chan's Biz message board, the atmosphere was equally downbeat. "That's it, I sold," conceded one poster, accompanied by an image of weed-smoking Elon Musk
photoshopped to resemble Brendan Fraser being justed. I'm free. I'm finally free from this effing hell of scammers. It was fun and games for a while, but now it's just a cruel, sick joke. I bought BTC at 15K. That was crazy. No human can look at their money disappear before their very eyes and not be bothered. You know, we're going to 3K, right? Let's all stop pretending that this is going to be anything but a bear market until 2020. Oh, really? I hope so. I hope it is a bear market till 2020. One man's fear is another's opportunity. Exactly. You know that old saying, is the glass half full or half empty? Which one do you think I'm always on the side of? It's never half empty to me. It's always half full. People respond very differently in times of crisis. For those who missed out on buying Bitcoin during last year's bull run, now blessed with fiat currency sitting on the sideline, today has been most serendipitous. I've transferred 100 now for Biddy. Read the message I awoke to from a friend. If it goes down, I'll pick a tiny bit more up. If not, at least I got a wee bit at a decent price. I duly hooked her up with BTC, and true to her word, she messaged later to say, I transferred another 100. Biddy is having a dip again. How many more dips Bitcoin can endure before it finally bottoms out is anyone's guess. What can be said with confidence is that sub 4.5K BTC is an attractive proposition for investors who thought this day would never come. I thought it too. I never thought it would go below 5,000. While some members of the crypto Twitter sought the best capitulation tweet and found no shortage of candidates, more sanguine heads urged delicacy. The majority of cryptocurrency traders had the wow, this is a word I have not seen in a while. Perspicacity not to invest more than they could afford to lose. Whoa! Say that again. The majority of crypto traders knew not to invest more than they could afford to lose. Isn't that my rule number 2? Never invest more money than you can afford to lose. Because if you do so, none of this stuff is going to faze you. You always have to be prepared for the worst. I expect the best. I prepare for the worst. So if the worst happens, I'm still straight. The majority of cryptocurrency traders, for those who got greedy, however, the market has brought nothing but pain and regret. There are also those whose very jobs could be at stake should assets such as Ethereum fail to recover. One ICO that raised funds in 2018 and elected to keep its war chest in ETH has conceded it will struggle to cover its payroll should current prices persist for another 2 months. Despite conceding that his job may be at risk, an employee told news.bitcoin.com, this is Wall Street Crash 87 for the modern age. It's actually extremely exciting. What? Few would dispute that assessment, but they would welcome some respite from a year that started with a roar, only to finish on a whimper. Melton Demirors says, sending hugs to everyone in the crypto community. We're all learning something valuable this week about investors and speculators, hoping this marks the start of a broader culture shift for our nascent industry. All right, let's look at the next one. Crypto investors who bought Bitcoin at $1,000 are now starting to sell. Ooh. They're like, yeah, I know I got it at 1,000 a year ago, but I'm still up triple my money. I might as well go ahead and sell now and get a profit. So, according to Michael Morrow, the CEO of a major over-the-counter crypto trading firm, investors that bought Bitcoin in early 2017 are now starting to sell. And this, I'm telling you now, this is what the big investors have been waiting for. This is what they've been waiting for. They have been trying to shake the tree, get all of you people who they think have no business belonging in this investment space out of the market. Sell your coins. That's what they want you to do. And now they finally hit a nerve, force it down so much that those who got started in 2017, probably still with no education, they're now starting to freak out. I better sell. Speaking to The Block, Genesis Global Trading CEO Michael Morrow, who provides institutional investors access to block-sized liquidity to purchase or sell cryptos like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin Cash, said that large investors have started to move funds garnered when the price of Bitcoin was just about $1,000. We are seeing the folks who bought in early 2017 sell for the first time today, Morrow told Frank Chaparro, adding that the majority of Bitcoin investors who bought into the market in the first quarter of 2017 have started to see near to zero return on investment off of their cryptocurrency investment. This is, again, they had absolutely no education. Do you think the Winklevoss twins are selling their coins? Do you think Novogratz, Tim Draper? No, they're doing the opposite. But the little guy who got in when Bitcoin was at $1,000 selling their coin. Bitcoin at 4,200. On November 20th, CCN reported that the price of Bitcoin reached a new yearly low once again for the second time in a week, falling below the $4,200 mark to 4,170 on fiat to cryptocurrency exchanges like Coinbase and Kraken. The price of Bitcoin on cryptocurrency-only exchanges did not drop below 4,400 due to the premium on the Tether to BTC pair created by a decline in the price of the US dollar-backed stablecoin. The bears aren't even pushing. BTC is just free falling. That's right. It's just free falling. Very weak dump. Imagine what it looks like when the volume comes in. A short-term reversal could happen at any moment. Shorting with high leverage is a terrible idea. However, if you are trying to knife catch, be patient. No one should be in a rush to long this, one technical analyst said. However, over the past 12 hours, the volume of BTC has increased from around 5 billion to 8 billion by more than 60%, suggesting that BTC could establish a bottom-like trend in the low region of 4 billion. Throughout the past 2 days, the volume of BTC remained relatively low, despite its steep decline from 5,500 to 4,300, leading investors to be concerned about the short-term trend of the digital asset. A gloomy period for BTC. In consideration of poor market conditions and the intensity of the drop of BTC in the past 5 days, investors, even those that bought BTC at $1,000 to $2,000, are expected to sell a significant chunk of their holdings, fearing a further drop below major support levels. Investors from the first quarter of 2017 are still up 50 to 100% on their investments. But the crypto market has not seen a correction of this scale, what did I say last night, since 2014, when the value of BTC dropped by more than 85%. And what happened? What happened? Let me show it again. Let's pull up Bitcoin. Those of you that were on the Crypto Talk last night saw this. All right, look at when they say it had a correction. In 2013, Bitcoin got over $1,000 a coin. In 2014, it dropped all the way down from $600 to $200. $200 a coin. So it went from $1,100, $1,100 a coin to $228, 80% drop. And it stayed that way for almost 2 years before it came back up in 2016. So this has happened before. And it will happen again. What we don't know is when it goes through this process again, like a heartbeat. But every time it does it, it gets higher and higher. Boom, higher, 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 higher. Come back down, correction, and then let it flatline, and then it's going to come higher, but it's always higher than the previous. I'm just going off the history. BTC is yet to achieve an 85% drop from its all-time high at $19,500. An 85% drop from $19,500 is $2,950. And the dominant crypto would have to drop by more than 32% from $4,400 to dip below $3,000. If investors from nearly 2 years ago are starting to clean up their portfolio, the vast majority of investors who entered the space in mid to late 2017 have likely exited from the market. The next midterm rally of BTC and other major cryptocurrencies would require a new wave of investors, which could result in a month-long consolidation period. I actually like that. And because I'm thinking selfishly here, I like that. I'm not saying I like people who lost their money because they were uneducated, they bought high, they don't understand long-term holding, and they decide to sell when it's low. I mean, that's ignorance 101. So I'm not saying I'm delightful in their pain, but it's giving me more time to build my crypto portfolio and the ability to do it for cheap. It's a fire sale right now. Remember, we don't buy Bitcoin. We earn Bitcoin. Bullish call. Blockstream chief finds $500,000 Bitcoin price is still plausible. Still plausible. Those that still believe. Adam Back, who is at the helm of blockchain startup Blockstream, believes there are better days ahead for Bitcoin investors, suggesting a flippening between BTC and gold could be in the cards. Back says it is plausible for the BTC price to reach somewhere between $250,000 and $500,000 in the coming years. He offered the outlook even as the Bitcoin price has yet to find a bottom, with the price currently hovering at $4,500 on CoinMarketCap, and technical signals like the GTI Global Strength Indicator screaming oversold conditions. Blockstream's Back was responding to an ounce of perspective delivered by blockchain pioneer Bobby Lee, who, in addition to being Litecoin creator Charlie Lee's brother, is also the co-founder of BTCC, a once leading China-based cryptocurrency exchange. Lee, in fact, was the first to raise the possibility of a flippening for Bitcoin and gold, and it happened. Adam Bach says, that's the real flippening at Bobby C. Lee. I personally consider 250K to 500K BTC plausible in the years ahead. From the digital gold, censor-resistant competitor to physical gold and internet-native digital money. So Bobby Lee said, is this bear market for hashtag Bitcoin? It's worth reminding everyone that BTC is still only 1/100th of the value of gold. 80 billion versus 8 trillion. Gold is worth 100 times more than Bitcoin today. What will the ratio be in 10 to 20 years? Will it flip, with Bitcoin being worth more? According to blockchain.com, the number of BTC currently in circulation is approximately $17.3 million. Incidentally, a recent report by accounting giant KPMG suggests that Bitcoin has yet to prove itself as a store of value or as cash, and it won't until there is greater institutional participation in the market. Others, like blockchain pioneer Jeff Garzik, who was an early coder for the Bitcoin network, disagree. Garzik recently told Bloomberg, Bitcoin hasn't evolved in the direction of high volume payments, which is something we thought about in the very early days, getting merchants to accept Bitcoins. But on the store of value side is unquestionably a success. I agree with that. 100% correct. The perfect crypto storm. Bak's insistence that the stars will eventually align for crypto suggests that the meltdown in the crypto markets will prove to be a short-term phenomenon, one that has materialized as a result of a perfect storm that even the most astute market strategists couldn't have predicted. The SEC drew its line in the sand for ICOs, which has in turn seemingly led to panic selling among ICO startups. Meanwhile, the Bitcoin Cash hash war has also fueled a lack of trust there, even as the fate of many altcoins that have shed 90% plus of their value hangs in the balance. Bak's focus on the long game for the BTC price is probably a good idea, considering that the shorter term predictions have come back to haunt some. Fundstrat co-founder Thomas Lee, for instance, is most recently tempering expectations. Lee has revised his year-end BTC price forecast down from a previous 25K to 15K. So, in other words, short term, this thing's going to bounce all over the place. It may go lower. Long term, it is still strong. And I am in this for the long term. The current price of BTC does not faze me. I am looking at building as much crypto portfolio as I possibly can, and then wait for the market to have a jump. Now, why am I confident that it will have a jump? I guess that's another good question to ask. Why am I not fazed by it? Well, I'm looking at the history of Bitcoin. It has survived much worse than what we're going through right now. And it did so during a time where nobody believed in Bitcoin, thought it was a scam, and didn't understand it. Today, however, 2018 has been nothing but positive news for the adoption of blockchain technology, to a point where there's no turning back. It's just going to keep going. It's inevitable, which means that the infrastructure is being built to handle all of this. And when that happens, the demand will rise. There's only 17 million Bitcoin in circulation. There are more Bitcoin wallets out right now than there are Bitcoins available. So not all wallets can hold one whole Bitcoin. There are more millionaires and billionaires in the world than there are Bitcoin, which means if every single millionaire and billionaire wants just one Bitcoin, they can't have one. And the price is getting cheap. So yeah, I'm very strong on where this is going long term. And since I earn Bitcoin and I don't buy it, I'm always going to be in the black on it. So that is it for our early morning crypto talk. I will be back later on tonight for late night crypto talk. We'll see how the markets have changed. Let's see if it's changed any since I've been talking. Bitcoin has dropped down to 46. It was at 4,700. 151 billion market cap. Bitcoin is now down to 80. You know, at one point, Bitcoin was almost at 400 billion. That was just a year ago. It's down to 80 billion. This is still higher, much higher than it was when I first came into Bitcoin. We'll see what happens. All right, with that, you guys, I apologize for technical difficulty, but this goes to show, make sure that you are subscribed and you hit that bell ring to get notified when I go live. Don't just rely on me posting on Facebook to be able to see it. Guys, have a great day. Bitcoin Brandon out. God bless. Bye-bye.